Good morning. It is a little after 8 a.m. on a sunny, very pleasant morning here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm getting some coffee, and for the first time ever, depending on what happens, you're gonna wanna see this. I'm gonna try to drive my first ever Gopuff shift. Now, I say try, you're like, dude, what are you talking about? Gopuff, it's convenience delivery platform. I've never really used it as a customer. Comment down below if you've used Gopuff. But I'm activated as a driver to deliver stuff. I think it's like convenience, pharmacy, stuff like that. Now the thing is, you and I are gonna go over this shift together, and I'm gonna explain how this all works, how it goes, how the deliveries go, the pay, of course, any problems. And this is my first ever shift. Now, number one, you have to drive to the warehouse to pick up deliveries. So this is different than your food delivery apps, your traditional DoorDash, Grubhub and stuff, where you get the request and you gotta go to wherever that is. So with Gopuff, you gotta go to a central warehouse. Now, luckily for me, I mean, let me know where it is in your marketplace. It's not far from me, so I gotta go there first, and then I can swipe go online. If I swipe go online now, it says, hey, you're not close to the warehouse. You can also schedule shifts. So we're gonna find out if that's an issue, because I haven't scheduled a shift. That should be okay. And I'm also assuming that they start this early. And I say that because when I did look at shifts, I believe 8 a.m. was the earliest pocket for a shift. So cross your fingers that the warehouse is open. But if not, I guess you won't be seeing this video. So yeah, let me grab my little kickstart here, and I'll see you at the warehouse. I got a delivery partner agreement updates, earning structure. This is interesting. It says base pay $3.25 per order. All right. Minimum guarantee $9 per hour plus tips. Delivery partners get 100%. $3.25 per order with only $9 an hour guaranteed. I'm assuming it's much more than that, but let's accept this. All right, we got something. I did not get a pop-up on my phone. I went back into the Gopuff app and it said like 10 minutes ago. So take a look here. There's a delivery address. I'm gonna remove that, of course. Okay, we can see the item and it says bin 1. It's right here. Don't be alarmed. I don't have my seatbelt on. Don't be alarmed. All right, I'm looking for a Gopuff sign. Let's see here. I'm looking. I think it's up here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm gonna park. Let me go inside and try to do this thing. All right, so I got the singular item. Here is the screen for my delivery. I actually ran into another driver. I mean, she just confirmed basically what I was figuring. It says bin 1. You go in here and it's literally just steel racks, green bins, has the numbers on it. What is it? Toilet paper. It was just sitting in there. I didn't have to scan anything. Well, I had to swipe to confirm pickup. So now let's navigate to our customer here. Okay, interesting. There's partner delivery notes. And it says, you can leave a note. Customer came down to get order, was waiting outside. That is really, really interesting, where other drivers would leave notes on this customer. That is fascinating. I have not worked on any other delivery app that does that. So that is really interesting to give you an insight of what to look for. Like for instance, this is at a hotel and someone commented like, I wasn't allowed to park even in front of the hotel, which is kind of ridiculous. But I've delivered to plenty of hotels and they've never had an issue allowing me to just put my 4-ways on. All right, so it's official. My first ever Gopuff delivery is complete, but it had problems because of course, now, listen, whenever you start a new app, there's gonna be problems, there's gonna be growing pains. This is an interesting one though. So I delivered to the Marriott here in Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh, but I lived in San Diego for 3.5 years. And during that time, they closed like half of that building. Something with Marriott selling something or another, the front desk person said. So the main entrance with all the lights in the valet, that was closed. So I'm like, what's going on? So I had to text the customer. I said, the entrance is blocked. Like, I've done pickups for rideshare. I mean, this is like the entrance. And they told me you have to go around the other side of the building, which I had never done before. So left my car. My car is parked there. And I mean, they had like, look, a van blocking the actual entrance. So go around the other side. It's very bare bones inside. I asked the guy, I'm like, when did this happen? Because like, that's, you know, I had all the lights and everything. And he said that happened 2 years ago. Really interesting. Anyway, customer communicated very friendly though. I was a little confused and like, what's going on? The actual delivery itself, pretty straightforward. I dropped the package, the package of toilet paper. You take a picture to confirm and you swipe complete delivery, just like most any other standard food, or well, delivery app, I should say, like any basic delivery app. So what it says to do next is go back to the warehouse and wait for your next assignment. I'm 4 minutes away. So if a lot of these are within like 4 to 8 minutes, then that isn't too bad, right? As long as I'm not driving 18 minutes away. All right, after sitting for a decent amount of time, I'll tell you that, I got my next trip request 2 this time, and they are back towards kind of the city center, more like exactly where I drive food delivery, but it doesn't really matter here. So it says bin 3, bin 4. I can click on details, a little bit more items. Cool, so let's go inside. I'm parked right outside the warehouse again, do the pickup, and it seems like it should be pretty straightforward. Knock on wood, so let's get in there. All right, that delivery's done, the first of 2. Something that I noticed, it said like customer delivery notes and it said none. So I just left it like a regular food delivery order, which is in like the lobby, a drop-off area, what have you, and you take a picture. Now, let's make this left first. The second one that I'm on right now has delivery instructions to call or text the customer to confirm a delivery point. So if you've done Gopuff before, let me know down below. Is that like a formality? Does that mean you always have to do it? Because some apps it says that, but you just, you drop it off, you take a picture. So let me know if you see that, like, hey, you got to call or text to confirm. Is that mandatory or not? All right, second delivery complete. Things that I noticed. Number 1, it was a little further away. It was like 13 minutes after that first delivery. So, I had to drive to that first location, then another 13 minutes to that destination that I was just at. The customer met me at the door, and the app asked to take a picture of the bag, and I couldn't do it. But the guy was super friendly, but I'm trying to remember, but on some apps it says handed to customer, and you can switch it from taking a picture. I didn't see that, so what I've done in the past, like there's no option, is just take like a blank picture, basically, like a picture of nothing. So let me know down below in the comments if there's a way to indicate that I handed it off to the customer. All right, next delivery. 15 minutes, 4.1 miles. Remember, the minimum pay is like, what, $3.25 plus tips? It seems like they're really, what's the word, relying on customer tips to make the pay like better, because the guaranteed, what, it's guaranteed $9 an hour, $3.25 an order. That's not good, especially if I gotta drive, what, 4 miles and back to the warehouse every single time. Okay, there we go. So I got the new bin alert. That's kind of what they call the order request, as soon as I was like pulling right up to the place. So convenient. Where are these deliveries at? In the North Shore and in Lawrenceville. So I think we'll wrap it up with these ones. So let's get these from the bin and do our thing. All right, second and final delivery. Looks a little different. This is age restricted. We got some Jewel, whatever, I don't know, packs, whatever. You got some Jewel things on this order. And interestingly, it looks like it's to a business in the North Shore, like a restaurant, brewery or something. Anyway, we're gonna have to find the customer and probably scan an ID for our age verification here. So let's see how this goes. I've done some alcohol deliveries on DoorDash before. Should be pretty straightforward. So yeah, let's see. All right, and we're done. The age restricted thing, pretty straightforward. Follow the prompts. I'll show you what it looks like here. The customer was actually waiting curbside. Kudos to them. It seems like, I mean, that's 2 customers in this shift. So that just might be the norm. Like, they're ready. That's perfect. She had her ID. Yes, it says scan. Yes, scan the back barcode. They do sign for it. She said she had done this plenty of times. She knew what was up. And again, very, very straightforward, which I love. Right by PNC Park, pretty sweet here in downtown North Shore, Pittsburgh. So I'm headed back home. I got all the numbers here. Let's, you're gonna want to, I'm telling you, on a preliminary basis of these numbers, you're gonna want to see these numbers. So let me get back home and let's go over them. All right, and I'm back home and I got all of the numbers and I guarantee you're gonna want to see this. Let's take a look here. So this first inaugural, my first shift as a Gopuff driver, 8:20 a.m. until 11:20 a.m. So for 3 hours, this entire shift, how much money did I make? Base pay plus tips. I made $45.27. That sounds a little underwhelming. It's not that great. I mean, $15.09 per hour puts it below our channel goal of $25 an hour. And I mean, lower than food delivery, but keep in mind, this is my first shift here. So 6 deliveries completed. I received 5 tips, slightly higher than average on the tip that I usually get with food delivery, at least. $5.15, just a touch over the average, I'd say, with food delivery. Business miles today, 26.9 business miles. That's at the start of the warehouse until my last delivery, which equates to $1.68 paid out per mile. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not stellar. I want you to hit around 175. Floor of $1.20. So again, it's not awful, but with less miles, more pay, we can boost that stat. And I typically do $2 to $3 with food delivery. So based on those business miles, a tax deduction of $15.74. So my initial verdict on Gopuff, I mean, it was pretty straightforward. The app, the UI looks decent. It's not the cleanest, but it works well. It wasn't buggy for me. It is, again, easy enough to follow. The volume of orders, decent. I imagine it would be busier in the afternoon versus, maybe starting in the early AM. Not sure about later in the evening as well. We can experiment with that. The pay, I mean, $15, again, it's like getting used to the app. I did take everything as well. It said I had a new bin request and I accepted everything. I don't know if there's a strategy there to, not accept everything. But yeah, 15 an hour. I mean, it's not stellar, certainly. But I'm curious if we can bump that up to 20 plus. I don't know. I mean, the warehouse was simply laid out. Picking up at the warehouse was fine. No real problems there. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? I mean, 15 an hour, but we started really early. It's my first shift. I mean, tips were still deal. What do you think? It's kind of hard to say, I feel like, on this first shift. So yes, of course, there's got to be a second, a third, a fourth shift to compare Gopuff with every other side hustle app out there. That's what I do, by the way. I help you make money in different side hustles. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and drop a like on this video if you appreciate me showing you the ropes, what it's like here on my first ever shift. And you can also click or tap the screen here for my newest video as well as a video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.